Happy Wednesday, y'all. Today is Settlement Wednesday. That's right, we got our settlement for last week. I told y'all I was going to start trying to share numbers. As you know, it is an 80-20 split over here. Last week was kind of a different week because I ended up going to Indianapolis to get some repairs. So, let's start out with that. I deadheaded to Indianapolis from Evansville, Indiana. I spent a couple of days up there getting repairs. Then I headed with a load down to Ponchatoula, Louisiana. Got unloaded, went and got reloaded at Geismar, Louisiana. Went home for the weekend and delivered Monday in Central South Carolina. I spent like 50 hours at the house. The way I run, I get through the house pretty regular, and I'm still making money. So what we got was 1,476 miles loaded, 236 empty. We spent some fuel. Let's see, we got $556 at our first fuel stop on the pump, but we only had to pay $491.67 because we used the Nastic fuel card. And that one made me 826 miles, which was 6.56 miles per gallon. My second fueling was $490 on the pump, which was $440.59 is what I actually paid. Because of the Nastic card. I love the Nastic card, and I love TA and Petro, although it is getting a little bit more aggravating having to use TA and Petro. Because I'm missing a lot of my points here lately, but I'm hoping that's going to get better. Anyway, that was 938 miles on that tank, which was 6.65 miles to the gallon. So, our gross was 3,100 for the week. So, after the 80% was 2,480. Now, you take your expenses out of the 2,480, which is fuel, which comes up to what, 930. Alright, so you take your 2,480 and you subtract your 932.26 fuel that we actually spent, and that leaves us with 1,547.74. Now from that 1,547 you will subtract your fixed costs, which includes your ELDs and your permits and all that kind of stuff, and your truck payment. Whatever that truck payment is, divided down to the week if you pay it weekly, or monthly. Even if you pay it monthly, you divide it down to weekly, and you take all those fixed expenses and you subtract it from that. Now this was a very short week for me because I'm usually working probably another 30 to 40% than what this shows. Depending on where I'm running, I can get a lot better per mile, but I focus a lot on my daily revenue and my weekly revenue. Mileage, it can vary. Your per mile rate can vary. This market we've been in, our per mile is down pretty low, so all that comes into account. Deadhead, your daily rate, your weekly rate. You got to make your money for bills. Ultimately, it's more wear and tear on your vehicle and your body because you're having to work harder and your truck's having to work harder for less pay in a down market. You know, it's harder on you. It is a lot harder on you where you're running 3,000 miles every week to make bills, and you're not getting the $6,000 at least that you should get. Hey, it is what it is. You run 3,000 right now and you're looking at 45 to 5, depending on what you can negotiate. Now, granted, I do drive dry van and I do run the Southeast. I run between Atlanta and Houston a lot. But anyway, that's our business numbers for today, because today is Settlement Wednesday and I'm going to start trying to do a little bit more of them. God bless, and I'll catch you on the next ride.